well done. But thanks to the pill in America, women are becoming more liberated. They're becoming more and more the sexual aggressor.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with Cosmopolitan.
What's that?
It's a ladies' periodical that comes out monthly, in which all the stress is put on the obligation of the male to satisfy the female, sexually speaking.
Yeah. All that stuff about how it takes longer for a female to feel dirty.
Not exactly the scientific term used by Masters and Johnson in their wonderful Manual of Love, but adequately conveying the feeling.
Yeah.
A lady takes somewhat longer to become sexually aroused.
To feel rancid.
There again, I think you mean randy rather than rancid, but let it pass.
Bit of both, perhaps.
A bit of both, yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff about erroneous zones.
No, it's not erroneous zones, Dad, it's erogenous. Erroneous is where you go wrong.
That's where I go wrong.
You go wrong on the erogenous zone?
Yeah.
Well, it's not surprising, really, is it? There's so many of them, it's so confusing.
Yeah. Well, a woman is peppered with erogenous zones.
I mean, where do you start? I've seen the diagrams. I don't know where to begin.
I mean, a man is very hard put to know where to start.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, it's a terrible dilemma facing the male on his sexual journey. I mean, what may arouse one lady may repel another. You know, you could be spending 7.5 hours tickling her calves with a Japanese feather. Well, all she wants to get her going is your hot breath on her busty substances.
Busty substances.
Busty substances.
Don't get too worked up, you'll ruin your rice pudding. Should be about ready by now. No, I agree, Dad, that women having all these erogenous zones about them, I think the least they could do is to label them. Label them in order of preference. Then at least you could be sure of starting off on the right foot.
That's a daft place to start.
I was speaking metaphorically, Dad. I was not suggesting that you go crawling round sucking ladies' toes. Though, of course, that might work in this day and age, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm off to the pub for a pint of beer. Are you coming?
No, I'm expecting a phone call from Stella Newby. She said, don't call me, I'll call you.
Yeah, I remember the occasion. It was about 4 years ago.
No, she's a very shy, retiring girl, Pete. She's not pushy. Anyway, I've got to finish up some ironing.
Yeah, and make another pot of tea for when I come back and turn down the beds upstairs, would you?
OK, see you later.
Have a look at that article on women's sleep.
I will. That day will come along.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the many farewell appearances made by a very well-loved singer. Here she is in London, singing that beautiful air, Blow the Winds Southerly.
by trying to make people laugh to stop myself being hit.
What way? Was it a defence mechanism?
A defence mechanism. If you make people laugh, they don't hit you, I find, on the whole. Don't hit me, please. I've made you laugh, so it's all right.
Hello, Blue Eye.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's more a question of what I can do for you, isn't it? I'm your new daily love, your new Mrs. Marks.
I'm sorry, I was expecting the agency to send me a woman.
Well, you'll have to make do with me then, won't you? What a lovely place you've got here. It's absolutely deluxe. Are you a bachelor?
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
Me too, so wise. Well, lead me to the slaughter. What would you like me to do?
Well, not that for a start. Just the normal things, you know, washing up, things like that. Mrs. Higgins has been off for 3 days, so there's rather a lot of washing up through there in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, super.
Yes.
Oh, it looks rather a lovely modern unit.
Yes, it is quite a nice modern kitchen. You'll have no trouble in there.
Super. You may have guessed, of course, that this isn't my usual work. You know, I'm an actor. I'm resting between engagements.
Yes, I had an inkling that you weren't totally familiar with this sort of work.
Yes, yes. Well, mind you, it's not that I don't like the work. Not at all, because, in fact, one meets a very interesting sort of person, you know.
Yes.
In fact, I was really rather excited when I was assigned to you, because I've never met a barrister before.
Would you mind not sitting on my briefs?
Oh.
Right on them.
Made me come over all unnecessary. Felt quite queer for a moment.
Yeah, these are rather vital legal documents.
Yes, I suppose they would be. I suppose, really, on consideration, being a barrister is rather like being an actor, isn't it?
I don't really follow you. I don't see what you mean.
Oh, of course you do. Dragging up in all those lovely cosies and wigs. Swishing round the courtroom, appealing to the juries. Oh. Gentlemen of the jury, I put it to you. My client has a cast-iron alibi. On the night of the 15th, far from wrapping the mangled remains of a prostitute in a polythene bag, he was sitting innocently in the Dominion Cinema, Tottenham Court Road, watching The Sound of Music.
I can assure you it's nothing like that in court.
Oh, of course it is. I once played a QC in an Agatha Christie play at Croydon. They used to call me ACQC backstage. Oh, dear, you do get some giggles in the profession.
Yeah. The washing up is through there in the kitchen.
Oops, bonk. Down to earth again. One thing. Have you got any rubber gloves, dear?
Not